is Lape Soetan. The world right now is going through something it never has before, a pandemic disease caused by the virus COVID-19. This infectious ailment has caused many states to recommend quarantine and isolation in order to contain the disease and prevent it from spreading further. While quarantine and isolation are excellent in helping us deal with COVID-19, they have quite a big impact on the love lives of single people and those in relationships. And that's why I'm making this video. Today I'm going to be talking about love in time of COVID, how to cope with quarantine and isolation when you're single. First things first, what's the difference between quarantine and isolation? Quarantine is when people who may or may not have been exposed to the disease restrict their movement in order to prevent themselves from actually getting disease or from spreading it if they have the disease and don't know. Because sometimes it's possible to have the disease and not show any symptoms, so you won't know that you have the disease. Isolation, on the other hand, is when people with infectious diseases are separated from those who are healthy. So today, what many people are practicing is self-quarantining in order to keep themselves and other people safe. As can be imagined, self-quarantining heavily impacts not only our health, but also our love lives. Today, I want to talk about how quarantining can affect single people and how to handle it. When a single person is in quarantine, they can feel more single than ever. They can become more aware of how single they are, so to speak. And if they were unhappy before, being in quarantine is going to make them feel even more unhappy. So, what can you do if you are single, unhappy about it, and in quarantine? Well, I have 3 tips for you. First of all, know that the grass is not greener. Many people are unhappy in their relationships, and being in quarantine makes the whole situation much worse. I read somewhere that there has been a rise in domestic violence, and that's because couples who would normally be able to put some distance between themselves by going out or going to work are now forced to stay in the house together. They're stuck together even though they don't want to be. So if you're single, know that in some ways you're lucky. Secondly, if you are single, unhappy about it, and in quarantine, know that now it's time to really think about what you want out of life and go for it. This time at home means that you now have the opportunity to do many of the things that you've always wanted to do. Traveling is off limits right now, of course, but that doesn't mean that you can't dream or plan. Pinterest is a great place to get ideas of places that you would love to visit. You can print out pictures from Pinterest and put them up on your vision board, or you can use them on your digital vision board, removing the need for glue, cardboard, and things like that. Now is also the time to research any business you may have wanted to start, to try your hand at painting, or to start exercising regularly like you always promised yourself that you would do. This period of quarantine may have us all cooped up inside, but in some ways, it's a godsend. My final tip on what to do if you're single, sad about it, and in quarantine is to look into finding the right person for you. Yes, you're stuck at home, but going to weddings is not the only way in which you can find the right person for you. This time in quarantine is the best time to do some self-analysis. Ask yourself why relationships in the past haven't worked, or why you haven't attracted the right person for you so far. If you want help on how to attract the right person for you, my e-course, Attract Quality Men, is just what you need. It's an online course that simply and clearly guides you on how to attract the right person for you. If you'd like to take the course, simply subscribe to my blog and you'll be one of the first people to know when the course is available. The course is only open for registration once a year, and within a few days of this video going live, it should be open for registration once again. So if you're interested in getting the course, subscribe to my blog today. You can subscribe to my blog by going to www.bit.ly/Lape'sLoveTips. Being in quarantine isn't fun, but in the future, when you look back, you might realize that it was at this point that your life changed forever for the better. Get regular tips from me on how to be happy while you're single and how to attract the right person for you by following me on Instagram. Until next time, stay safe, and I wish you love and strength. Mwah.